Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to introduce Misook Kim, who will be presenting this morning. Misook Kim received her BM from Seoul National University, Korea. She completed her master's and DMA degrees in composition and the certificate of piano performance at the University of Texas at Austin. The San Antonio Express News called the composer a bold and unrepentant modernist. The same writer also mentioned her in the San Antonio Current. Her music was fearlessly modern, spiky, protein, often highly compressed, proudly declining to participate in the fashion for accessibility. But she was so sure footed in her instincts and her craft that she earned her listeners' trust to lead them safely and enjoyably through the strange realms she conjured. Misook Kim has won International Alliance for Women in Music, the Judith Zaimond Award, the Long Island Arts Council International Composition Competition in 2007, and the 2008 International Sejong Music Composition Competition. Most recently, Ms. Kim has won the 2018 Global Music Awards and the MTNA ISMTA Commission Composer Competition for her composition for orchestra called The Awakening. Her music was broadcasted on Classical Spotlight of KPAC, which is the Texas Public Radio, and on WFMT. In the fall of 2006, Ms. Kim joined the faculty at the Conservatory of Music at Wheaton College. And today she will present on classical or rap, diversity in music by the works of Misook Kim. Let's welcome Ms. Kim.
Hi, thanks for having me this morning. Let me share my screen so I could communicate with you guys better. Okay, the main title, the classical or rap, is like most of us, I am a classically oriented person from younger age. Grew up with all European composers' pieces from Bach, Beethoven, Mozart, and Brahms. So Western music was the only musical language for me. But actually, Sejong Music Society in Chicago, through that competition, I was selected as one of the winning pieces a long time ago. So since then, somehow I was exposed myself as not only Korean themed music, but also it was good alert call for me to expand my musical style, to embrace and enjoy the diversity in music, because we have demands, and I think we need more global, audiences. So that was good, kind of big shift for me. But still, uh, I'm doing atonal music and contemporary musical style still. And my musical spectrum is of, big orchestra and large ensembles to small solo, instruments pieces. But I just realized that I don't have that many solo piano pieces, but today, for you guys, I selected some of my piano pieces today. So let me continue. Yes, hold on. It's coming. So I want to talk about today yin yang, which is harmony of the universe. So that was written, a long time ago. And the second piece is the three movements, Yin and I, solo instrument. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is it okay?
Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you well. May I ask everyone else to mute yourself, please? so that we can hear Misook Kim better. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good. And the third piece, 7 pieces for 2 pianos, that was written, more than 2 decades ago. So I just wanted to show different styles or different, genre of the music. Number 4 piece, Gangnam Style for 6 hands. It was a fun thing for me, but everything was commissioned pieces. So I'd never done this kind of music, but what can we do? Just money talks. So I was well paid. So it was such a fun project actually. Yeah. So we can share this piece with you. The Phantom of Arirang and Arari also commissioned pieces by Sejong Cultural Society recently. So I just wanted to share old music and current pieces with you. First piece is yes, first piece is Yin Yang from my 3 studies of Korean folk tunes, written in 2010. This is for Sejong Music competition. This society and music competition is open for K to 12. Probably some of teachers have already involved. You send probably your awesome students there. It's national now. They accept the applicants, yeah, in certain, once a year. So this is a good chance for you guys can hear, and the level of each student is different, but it's highly recommended. Yeah. So I want to open this piece as a live performance. It's a very short one. So this is based on 5-note pentatonic scale, obviously, and strictly only 5 notes were used throughout the whole piece. And yin yang means it's a balance of universe, or very opposite elements of harmony. So it's like a female, male, uh, black and white, fire and water, all those things. So I just wanted to express with my imagination of infinity. Okay, so that was based on the pentatonic scale, and the program notes I'm just preparing for you. the harmony and the balance of the Korean actually flag and comes from simple melodies of Jeju Island in Korea, based on folk tunes. Yeah. The next piece is The King and I for solo piano, written in 2009. I'm not going to play the whole pieces, but I want to share toccata, which is a typical, toccata movement. And this one, second movement is Shall We Dance? I mean, it sounds familiar, right? And the third movement, The King and I. Do you remember 1956 movie, the musical? Yes. So this one was based on that 1956 musical film. I'm used with the old movie, but I remember there is a remake one, yes, by a younger actress and actor, I'm sure. The King and I, the composition plot comes from some of the musical songs. So I want to talk about two movements today. The first movement is standard toccata, what I explained, and with the left hand carries the most of the technical responsibilities. And you can hear the straightforward choral harmonies throughout. And the final ending is crazy. It's just as it interjects an otherwise virtuosic passage, but I just wanted to stop completely suddenly. So the momentum of energy stopped right away and meant to be some kind of humorous, ending at the end. So this is the score and the first movement. It's about 3 minutes, so I think we can hear together. because it was a live performance, so some of audiences, actually laughed hard. Yeah. So first movement is a typical toccata, and uh, probably this is close to my style, what I have learned and trained, and still I'm doing in my other pieces. But obviously, I became more like as a commission, composer. I have to meet their needs, the performers, purpose when they ask me to write certain pieces. So I think as a composer, it's very important, even though we are living in the middle of 21st century. Yeah. So next piece is a second movement. The theme of second movement is made simply of a minor second interval. I'm not a good singer, but probably you remember the one of the polka rhythm. Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance? From the musical. So there are only two pitches, but I just wanted to make it in very whimsical and lonely step with a consistent layers of different harmonic language in the second movement. So I was thinking about something like a 14-layer German chocolate cake. The top part is not the best, in this case. Actually, middle layer is carrying on that A flat G main melodic idea, while, outer voices support the whole vertical harmonization. So it's almost like a musical gymnastics. And we can hear just, part of that piece is this one. Sostenuto to pedal. Mm-hmm. So obviously, the inner voice has the main role of the melodic line, and the third movement will skip this part. And then the next piece is for two pianos. Probably you're wondering, not only solo piece, can you show you guys about, different texture? So this one was quite old, 2002, for two pianos. And actually this is a series of seven little pieces for small ensemble. But after premiering, my colleagues, told me, Misook, this is too large. You cannot say seven little pieces for two pianos. So I changed my title, just simply seven pieces for two pianos. This is one of the movements. Fourth movement I used a polyrhythm, polymeter. Typically, every live performance, it could be two performers end up with a different places. The score itself looks like aligned each other, but they never can play same measure or same mood throughout the whole piece. So every live performance is different. But it's okay, yes, because I strictly use molto rubato with a different tempo marking in different meter signature compared to the second pianist is going to play steady with very specific, tempo marking. So this is the piece, and I'm going to show you just a little bit of the beginning portion. Okay, let me stop this portion. So second pianist is already playing the second page, but still piano one was playing the first page. Next one is totally different. It was written in 2013 and it was commissioned, by Seoul National University, some type of, banquet event. So for six hands specifically. And uh, as you might know well, Korean pop singer Psy's Gangnam Style was a big hit in 2012. Since then, for a while, I think he was one of the top YouTube, video clip numbers, something like that. So anyway, specifically, they wanted me to compose or rearrange based on his Gangnam Style. So this is even the actual performance was not recorded. So I used a MIDI recording, so please bear me. And it's only less than 3 minutes. So let's listen to the whole piece. Yeah. And Gliss, they switched the position. Mhm. So this is quite different than obviously what I showed you the previous one. Uh, but somehow, I think I did pretty okay for the six hands piece. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh, the next piece is next two songs are current pieces. So the Phantom of Arirang and Arari, commissioned pieces by Sejong Cultural and also other musicians by different fund. Uh, you might think, oh, the Phantom of Aria, is that any relationship with the Phantom of the Opera? No, doesn't have any relationship with that beautiful piece. Uh, According to Google definition, the phantom means a figment of imagination. So based on Arirang, which is a well-known, famous Korean folk tune, traditional folk tune, and there are thousands of variations, actually. There are many different versions, totally different melodic line, but I chose a very typical traditional folk tune, Arirang. And somehow, Amazing Grace is written in pentatonic scale. So I combined the two totally Western and Eastern famous two simple melodic lines together. So in the middle section of the Phantom of Arirang, there is, very hint of Amazing Grace tune, and it was well actually integrated with Arirang theme. So almost it doesn't sound like, Eastern music or Western music. It's just somehow great combination together. And the piece has a clear two-part structure. So it's exciting beginning, but it has another, very serene, pensive, yearning, all those, emotional expression inside of the music. So let's listen to the partial of the piece. Yes, and it continues to the last ending section, which is a furiously fast and exciting, rhythmic pattern. So that's for the second to the last piece. And the last piece is Arari for solo piano. It's based on a folk song in another Arirang, Jeongseon Arirang, Gangwon-do province. Jeongseon Arirang is considered the oldest among many different Arirang songs. As I told you, there are thousands of Arirang variations. But the region of Jeongseon is located deep in the mountains, and the people there have reflected on the hardship and loneliness because of the regional location. Their daily lives were very limited. So in the lyrics of this particular Arari is based on that kind of storyline of their hard lifestyle. The beginning of the piece is very slow and pensive, but I switched actually. It started with a very exciting Korean rhythmic pattern, and the middle section is actually it brings out a very slow and very sentimental, aspect of Arari. And then the final ending is another excitement and humorous of the one. This is the last piece, and I chose this one from uh, uh, the YouTube clip. So hope you enjoy. Okay, that's the last piece. And I want to share this screen with uh, our Mark Twain's how to embrace and accept other culture or other artistic medium on earth. So I'm sure he's not talking about the traveling through this beautiful quote, but I think it brought wholesome, charitable views of men and their. It's. I think it applies to my musical style too. Somehow, I was trained from classical music from the younger age, but happened to be living in the middle of 21st century to speak my own musical language through my heritage and good chance to be a commissioned composer and to involve and to help young musicians, broad acceptance of musical style. So I think I'm very happy to be part of that society or opportunities like you guys. Yeah. I'm sure you have a variety of students. So thanks for having me today. And that's all for my music. Thanks for listening and together. If you have any questions, please ask.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Great, very nice music.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is your music published?
Yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh, who is the publisher, or you have
In Korea, yes, Seoul Publishing Company, and also Sejong Cultural Society has their own publishing company too. So you can purchase my music through website or through me. Yeah, there are some resources that you could, yeah. And I'm sure you have young, talented, awesome students, K to 12, right? So if they want to experience some national level competition, piano competition, then Sejong is a good, I think, a chance to be part of it. Yes. Yes. Cannot hear you.
That's the competition is growing. I remember when it was started. So right, I hope
That's
they
right.
have more.
Which, yeah, they just celebrated 20th anniversary. So the event celebration and event was held actually last Sunday in Galvin Recital Hall. So many musicians were there, and I was part of the panel meeting. Yeah, as a composer.
Congratulations. It
Yeah.
looks like you have a lot of 20th anniversaries this year. Last
Yeah, you're right. Yes.
I love the Shall We Dance. That was so elegant.
Thank
Just beautiful.
thank
Okay, a quick question. What do you use for your notation software?
you. Finale.
No,
Yeah. Boring, just traditional finale.
hard work.
Some of special notation to create, some extended technical, notation to imitate, for example, Korean theme sound sonority. It's a little hard, but somehow the more you spend time to find, then I think it is well paid off. Yeah.
So where could I purchase the Gangnam Style version for six hands? I loved it, and I could see my students loving it. It looks quite advanced, but
Yeah. You could email me, then
okay,
yeah, we'll directly, yeah.
okay,
Not been
wonderful.
published, okay? It has not been published.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I also wanted to ask you, so the pieces that you shared, and they were great, but they look more for advanced students. And the first time I encountered you was actually when I entered my students for Sejong, and they have to play one piece of free choice and one piece written by a Korean composer. So they want to promote Korean composers. And Misook Kim is every year on that and has new pieces. And she has a lot of variety also for younger ages and beginner or intermediate level. So if Sejong or ISMTA or MTNA is commissioning you for with a piece for a little younger, less advanced student, can you share how your composition process is? How do you get inspired and how do you write for them?
Sure, yeah. Somehow, uh, we composers, professional composers, don't write short pieces and easy pieces. I think that's not right. But because it's hard, actually, it's hard. Yeah. So because we have to meet the requirements and needs by a certain, level of each student and each studio. So somehow you get used to it, then you have to, as a composer, I think that's the most important responsibility. I have to meet your needs. So the more I compose, I get used to with that level of students. And it's kind of foreign language for those young students. So we are not supposed to approach too difficult rhythm or too difficult complexity of sonority. So I'm trying to minimize when I compose elementary and junior level pieces. Any other questions?
Okay,
Do
so
you have
oh yeah.
do you have a like Korean association of composers in America or in Korea? Do you belong to any association of Korean composers?
I'm Korean American composer, so I spent more just 20 years in Korea and 200 years in America. So more like associate with the American Music Society. Yes, I'm not
Do
a
you, you belong
Korean.
to ASCAP or to
SCAP, CMS, yes, SM, yeah, all those Society of Composers, yeah. Mhm.
But thank you so much for your presentation. It was very interesting to see your different styles of writing for the piano.
Mhm. Thank
Um, I think for me it was super exciting to see Gangnam Style. I'm not sure we have a lot of different teachers here. How many of you know it? It's a rap Korean K-pop song that was very famous in 2012, and they played it really on every party here in the States, on weddings. I went to a lot of non-Korean weddings, and they played it. I was just fascinated. He was in the Today Show, so that's why I was very excited to see that you have a version for six hands, and I could see students really wanting to play this. Um, it was also touching for me as being Korean German. I was growing up in Germany, but have strong Korean roots. Just to hear how you implemented these Korean, very, very famous folk tunes and songs in your pieces, and how you made it still very modern, but representing also the culture of Korea. So that was very interesting.
you.
Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here and sharing your expertise. Thank
Mhm.
you, everyone, on Zooming in, and we'll see you all in March for the next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.